What is cracking, folks? Your boy Arkon here, and today is just going to be a random little podcast I did with one of my friends. So, shout out to him for basically letting me come around, chill with him, and just talk some shit. Hopefully, you enjoy it. If you do, we can get some more going. Hopefully, it's all good for you guys, and yeah, enjoy.
A very good friend of mine that I met in Guildford, and yeah, this was one of the first songs that I've heard while smoking weed. This was about like 3 weeks in. I knew him.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, like I say, I knew him. The timeline kind of starts from the first joint. So the first joint was 3 weeks from this event. And I remember the first time, it didn't really do me much.
Apparently, it doesn't, does it, the first time?
It doesn't, no, it doesn't. I mean, because the body fights it, and that kind of thing. I'm glad I'm not hooked on cocaine.
I wish I was hooked on cocaine.
Why would you? It's so fucking overrated.
Yeah, but just think how fucked up it would, like, how much fun a life would be if you're hooked on that stuff.
Well, they used to put it in Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I wish we could go back to them days.
Well, there was a rumor. I mean, 2016 was the famous year where every famous person has died.
Yeah. Man, that was a shit year.
Yeah, everybody was saying, "Oh, finally, the people that have been snorting lead cocaine it started taking over."
Mate, with all the drugs, I reckon, like, this is how the real world is. What we're seeing, like, sober, is just an illusion.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why so much of it is illegal, because they're like, oh shit, people are finally seeing what is actually happening.
You could open the whole chapter about the third eye.
Let's fucking do it.
Oh,
let's go then, mate.
Oh, we're going down to conspiracy lane now. This is Illuminati shit here.
Alright, you want to get proper? We are all just some aliens failed science experiment.
That's a possibility.
We are sat in a jar on some alien kids. It may not even be an alien, it may just be an actual human again. But we are sat in a jar on a kid's shelf with a C sticker on us. we're pretty good, but someone's made something a lot better than just humans.
Yeah. just a C minus.
Yeah, we're a C minus in that world. But I don't know, I reckon...
You're quite right, because have you ever heard the Fermi paradox? The Fermi paradox is basically asks why. Why have we not been visited by extraterrestrial life?
Mate, I wouldn't visit us, I'm not going to lie.
And there are various answers to that question. And one of the questions was, one of the answers, it could be just that. It could be that we are encapsulated in some area, and whatever we're trying to do, everything is contained in it. So we have no chance whatsoever. Whatever we throw out there, signals, satellites, sometimes if it's Russia, a chimpanzee. It's not gonna work.
No.
It's not gonna work. And then, then it begs the question: why bothering putting the things that are out there? Like, man has visited the moon. We've got robots on Mars, which means
we don't anymore, do we?
Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what I mean to say is the objects out there, they're out there. They are tangible.
Mm-hmm.
We can feel the radiation from the sun. We've got we see celestial bodies moving around in our skies, and we send things. We've thrown our garbage towards Mars and the Moon so far, and made a few others just to fly around some planets. Voyager 1 is the most distant piece of garbage that we have. There's no piece of garbage.
Honestly, I think like with all the satellites up there and all the shit we're beaming up, I reckon we are just like a reality TV.
It's being shown like a reality TV. Dude, there's no privacy anymore.
They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna tune into our favourite episode. Oh, the humans.
The humans, yeah. Just real life.
Because there's no way we're alone in this universe. It's so fucking big.
Yeah. I mean, one credit that I give to the limitations to why we don't have any communications from the outside world is that the fastest thing that we know, light, in space travels fucking slow. It's slow because the distances are so great. And if another Earth was present the same way as here, so if we do copy paste and just throw it somewhere else, I'm probably doing the same and still probably thinking the same thing because they have the same results.
It's, I don't know, like I feel there may not be life in our galaxy, but there might be in like the next one over.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's going to be a massive fucking distance to travel.
Yeah. I mean, we don't consider the fact that we don't consider ourselves how bloody lucky we are to exist. I mean, the chances to actually be where we are now. Maybe that is happening around the universe, and it's happening the same way it's happening here. This is our natural way that we're gonna die. This is our apocalypse already being in motion. Like, forget the fucking 4 horses and whatever. This is our way. This is how our species dies, by self-destruction.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it.
And if there are other humans in the universe, they're probably living roughly the same way that we are doing, and they're self-destructing themselves eventually.
They may be further ahead of us technology-wise, which means they're also closer to death, or they could be slightly behind us.
Yeah. Have you ever heard about the great filters?
The great filters?
Great filters of life.
No.
So a great filter. A filter is an apocalypse scenario.
Right.
So that where something that if you try to do or get to it, you're doomed. You're dead. So a simple thing. If a fish decides to go onto land, it's gonna die.
Yeah. And it will continuously.
Yeah, that's a big filter for pretty much all the fish domain. But as we know, through evolution,
they will eventually learn.
The filter gets surpassed. It's not impossible. It's just bloody difficult.
Story of life right there.
Yeah, I mean, you don't go in some museum and find out that fish discovered eBay and bought banks.
What if there is like a fish eBay though?
A fish eBay. Lots of fishy business.
Like, we've only explored like 10% of the oceans. Here's the thing. Right, hear me out. So we've got like eBay, Craigslist, and all this shit. What if the fish have this kind of stuff? But obviously they don't have computers.
And the admin is Cthulhu.
Oh, Dad, bring it back. But like, no, like seriously, like, what if they're like, oh yeah, I've got this if someone wants it, and they just put it on like some coral.
Yeah.
But obviously we can't read it, so to us it just looks like another bit of coral. But to them, it's probably
a website.
It's a website.
It's a prop.
The Great Barrier Reef.
Oh.
That's one giant website.
Well, it's going fucking down now at the moment.
I mean, yeah, it's like MySpace in it. It's died.
But I can see it. I mean, if you see like colourful films like Nemo or Shark Tale, usually big cities, towns, malls are depicted in coral reefs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like that's their communication network.
That sounds very nice. I mean, I do like the idea.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I can see that actually being a thing. Like,
yeah, that's a bit out of the box, mate.
my box is really soggy, so I'm just punching a hole through it.
Because it's wet and underneath the sea, trying to sell it. And the fish are like, what the fuck, man?
How would we describe this on SeaBay?
SeaBay.
SeaBay.
SeaBay. SeaBay.
Like, what language do fish think in?
Blop blop.
I mean, like, we've got that fucking tiny voice in our head that's constantly going on at us.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually have a specific voice, does it?
Not really.
No tone or accent.
Well, usually
Well, speaking in a tongue we know,
yeah,
the language we know, but it won't have an accent or anything like that.
Well, for me, that internal voice, is mine. It's the same tone I'm using.
Okay.
That's for me.
Mine varies. I don't know why. It just goes from like, some days it could be me, other days it could be someone I know, and then other days it's just some like random voice that's just there. I'm just like, where the fuck have you come from? You're a new one. I don't know if that's good or a bad thing thinking about it. All these voices in my head.
Can't say that's part of a construct of your conscience.
I don't like my conscience sometimes.
That's part of life. That's how you get better. You accept yourself. You need to don't. Sometimes asking why. Oh my God, that's big.
Is it hungry?
He's very hungry and probably horny.
Hungry or horny, did you say?
Yeah.
That's two human emotions. That's it, that's all humans are, hungry or horny.
That's an animal.
Yeah, I know.
What are we?
We're animals.
Yes, exactly.
We are the worst animal to be invented.
You can't say that. You can't say that, because...
I don't know, because if you think about it, without humans, this would just be greenery or landmass or...
That's true. That's true.
Ocean of some sort.
Okay. Let's take back the argument of the coral reef being a shopping mall. So,
It's my favourite argument I've ever made.
no humans exist, right? But some creature will start to feel this growth because he's discovering things and interpreting the world in different senses. So, at some point, there's always got to be an apex predator. And we are that apex predator.
Depends.
I know it depends. I know it has to be killed, and I know there's sharks. I know we can't stop a meteorite.
I don't know. You've watched One Punch Man?
Yeah, One Punch. Yes, I did.
There we go. They've done it. So I'm sure we could.
I know that in the infinite world of in quantum physics, that is possible. Yes, you are right.
There is nothing stopping us but the limitations of our mind.
Say again?
There is nothing stopping us apart from the limitations of our own mind.
True that too. True that, yes. And if you start working on it now, you will achieve it. The problem is it in your lifetime or not? And even if you die, you can set in motion a plan towards your goal, and it will happen. What is meant to happen will happen. I know there's a law, there's this famous guy's law, and it says what is meant to happen is going to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want humanity to eventually punch meteorites out of space, that could happen in the right set of events. You could start by alternately, genetically change our bodies, our skeleton structure to be made of like some metal alloy.
Right, that's my life goal. Don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but that's going to be a life goal now.
Well, you just invented Terminator.
Shit. We've all seen how that goes.
Well, you got Terminator, you got Ghost in the Shell. It could go towards Ghost in the Shell. It could go towards necromancy.
That's a whole different kettle of fish, and I'm ready to play with that one.
Necromancy. Like, imagine if we die and we have fucking like titanium skeletons, and in the future, magic will be possible. Like, in very distant future, like add another billion years. And this magic is more like closer to physics. So things like thunderstorm spells do happen.
Okay.
So imagine if you are an elementalist and have shock elemental, and they say, "Oh, if you shock the ground, we'll be invulnerable." No, you fucking resurrected the whole dead made of titanium skeletons, and they're gonna attack you now.
Skynet taking over.
Yeah, and they are fucking spazzing with electricity. You know?
Yeah, I mean, oh no, raising the dead is something that. Okay. If we're raising the dead, one person, who would you raise? In entire history, if you could raise one person for a day, just to chill, do whatever.
Raise one person.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
There's so many people. So many people.
I want to go with the controversial one.
Yeah.
Hitler.
How did I know you were gonna say that?
No, simply because I want to find out, like, why.
A lot of people speculate that Hitler went berserk simply because he was flunked from art school.
I mean, that's all it is, though, isn't it? It's speculation. It's like, what was that really the reason? I swear there was like a Jewish girl he liked or something, and then she rejected him, or whatever that I've heard. And I'm like, is that going to be the cause of it? Because if that's the case, Jesus Christ, I've got a lot of people to kill.
I don't know who to raise. I think. Nah, I want to say something spontaneous, and at the same time, I don't want to sound dumb.
There's no dumb answer, though.
I want to make a logical, intelligent answer. I could go like personal manner and say, oh, I'll raise my granddad, for example, and make it personal, or else or a random celebrity just to make it quirky. Or else some great teacher. It all depends on who you resurrect, how the answer reflects it, does it? Nelson Mandela. You know why?
Why?
Just to give him a fun day. I'll pay tickets to a fun fair. I'll take
a literal fun day.
Yes, a literal fun. Like, he's like, you deserve it. Where you at? Up, down? You'll say, oh, unfortunately, I'm in hell. Oh, don't worry. Today it's on me.
We're gonna go to the fun fair. We're gonna get some candy floss.
Yes, we're gonna run down to the beach. But I don't know what you're into. We can shag something.
Something.
Or someone. I don't know what you're into.
I reckon he was a proper kinky freak.
Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
How so?
I don't know. I just feel like with everything he went through.
Do you think that prison has affected his brain a little?
I mean, it's going to, no matter who you are, or however long you're inside for. It will always.
That's something I've never really considered. Like, life in prison is nobody knows. Everybody knows that. It's not
sort of like, I don't know, like, we all could be like, oh yeah, if I ever go to prison, I'm gonna find the biggest guy in the yard and I'm gonna make him my bitch.
Yeah.
It's all well and good saying that out here, but you go in there, you're gonna be shit scared of everything and everyone.
I mean, you know the stories about the soap.
Oh yeah. I can't wait to drop the soap. It's like, that's the thing, like, there's them stories, but that doesn't always necessarily happen.
Mm. Have you ever seen Sons of Anarchy?
Yes.
Yeah. so you know how prisons work.
American prisons, British prisons. So I mean, like, the thing is, criminals are one of those weird things. Like, they may have committed a crime, but they've still got their own conscience. I don't know how to describe it. Like their own beliefs and stuff. Like,
yeah, certainly they do.
I mean, someone could go to prison for murder.
Yes.
But I mean, I don't know if you've heard it, but like all the time, paedophiles, rapists, all those kinds of people, they get absolutely fucked up in prison.
Yeah.
Like, someone could go and kill a fucking family of 6. They still hear a paedophile, they're gonna just get them.
Yeah.
Like, that's like,
yeah,
murders. Let's say murders up here. All that shit's gonna be down here, no matter who you are, what you've done. It's just like, oh no, life gets to everyone.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah, it's a very known fact in Australia actually. It's not even a rumour. This happens in Australia. A paedophile does not survive a week. He's there within a week. He's in a body bag.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's a weird thing, isn't it? No matter what atrocious crime you've committed yourself.
Yeah.
There's always someone below you.
It's like one of those unspoken rules, really. You know, through religion, one of the big rules of religion, Christianity especially, is don't take justice within your hands, because God is the one to judge you. That's how they say it. But I don't like that belief.
No.
I believe, well, first off, heaven and hell, I believe they're already here. Like, this second. They're here, right? They're present as is the air. Maybe there's means, and probably we don't feel it, or we don't see it, or we might get a hint of it because of our senses or lack thereof. So it is a parallel world living in the same channel as we are, but we can't deal with it. But anyway, my point about justice then, if that is true, that these worlds are interacting with us as we speak, then we are allowed to take justice in our hands. Morality is it's a reflection of those channels. People learn about right or wrong, and give them the benefit of the doubt that these dimensions, heaven and hell, do exist. Therefore, right or wrong is practiced here, and right or wrong is through our actions. And we judge our actions. So if we have to literally say do not take any judgment of anyone because you're not the judge, then if that was meant to be real, then we are devoid of any opinion on who does right or wrong. everybody would be doing every fucking thing because they seemingly feel no consequence from the world around them.
Yeah.
So yes, I think that is wrong to withhold judgment from the nature of man.
It's one of those things as well. Right and wrong is different things to different people. Obviously, there's the worldwide known wrongs in life, which are completely fucked up and all that shit, and the good stuff in life that everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
But there's
wrong
and right in our...
There's different perspectives.
Yeah,
I mean, a psychopath would see murder as the most natural thing and beneficial thing to do.
Exactly. And we could be hearing about it on the news and we're like, why? That's just fucked up. That's wrong.
But he has his reasons. He's just
like, that's normal to him.
Yeah, that's what he does. For the psychopath, his victim or his actions are conducive to something that would benefit him.
Exactly.
Without it's primal. The need is primal, or the sense of the logic behind it. It's within his nature to do so, like literally within his nature to do so. So he's not. You can't say that he's a criminal, though, and in the same time, saying that he has an illness almost borderlines to discrimination. Because, I do say myself, if anything, we us humans, when we consider ourselves as humans, we see ourselves as the best in nature. But when it goes to bigger dimensions, we are the most insignificant thing in existence. So we go from one extreme into another.
Yeah.
Like we are less than a speck of dust.
Yeah, like when you look at the timeline of Earth, I think it was like if you condense it down to one day, humans have only been alive for like the last minute. Yet we have technically made the most impact here. Yeah. Despite the short amount of time.
We flipped the script.
Yeah.
We flipped the script. I mean, in time relative terms, you could describe this as an apocalypse event from the perspective of the immensity of the timeline of the universe, because it's taken in such a short time to transform this planet that we live in to now, like, literally killing everything around it.
I feel like...
Yes, I was going to say, continue.
I was going to say, like, going back to like the heaven and hell shit we were talking about. I feel like everyone's like, oh yeah, you go to purgatory while they decide where you go. I feel like this is purgatory. And they're still judging us.
Yeah.
Like... Yeah. Because we're all technically, let's say we're all just dead. Doesn't matter. Yeah, people are being born, but we're all dead. So we're here, and whatever we do here, no matter how long or short we're here for, that is going to affect where we get to. So, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, I feel like this is our time to prove ourselves.
What I feel humans are, if anything, I was that's why I was making a big comparison to the big dimensions. We are, in a sense, a dimension. And I say it for the fact we are the dimension of morality. We are the ones that came up with right or wrong.
Yes. There's
nothing in the world which you could find in any science book that says a rock has a good property, or like a rock has a bad property. Like a tree is bad, a car is good,
Yeah.
A James is a pineapple is bad. There's no right or wrong
Yeah.
of morality in anything that is around us. It's just there. Might be in the wrong place, but nothing else around it except for us cares.
Yeah.
We are the dimension of right and wrong. We are the ones that decide that.
Do you reckon there's an alternate dimension where humans just don't care?
Then they are still bloody animals. Like, they would behave very much like a school of fish. Or herd of sheep. Like, they all have the same thing in their mind for the best interest of the whole colony. And what they do, they see one danger, they're all going to do the same thing. Nobody's going to protect each other. They're just going to run in one direction, and for some reason everybody is so in sync that they go towards the same direction, because they're a sheep, and a sheep learns from a sheep how a shape is. Monkey see, monkey do.
Quite a few people on this planet do
Yeah.
that. There it is.
Sheep see, sheep do. That's exactly like that. So that's colonization. If we don't have right or wrong, we would be very much like sheep.
But at the same time, would that be such a bad thing?
Eating grass.
Healthy, supposedly.
No, smell like a sheep.
I don't know, like, if you take out wrong and right in the world, and everyone thinks the same,
there will be no progress.
there won't be any progress, but at the same time, there won't be any decline, I guess?
No, it would be constant. Like, imagine if, again, sheep. Imagine if there's nothing threatening them. What do you think they're gonna do?
Chill.
Be sheep, shag, eat. I'll wake up the next day, grass, nice. Yum.
Love the sound effects.
Look at that sheep. Hey, Martha.
Martha the fuck?
Looking good tonight.
Right, Martha? You right, George?
Yeah, do it. Yeah. Pint later. On a river.
Pint of water, mate, love. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's my son. Bastard. Go away.
You ate my grass.
Yeah,
fuck it, I'll eat yours.
Okay. Then suddenly they get a memory upgrade and they're called Rams.
Oh my god. Is that why they have the horns? That is their memory upgrade. Yeah. Oh my god. Mind blown.
Time to put like a whole like goat skull in my PC. And the Ram.
Oh mate, let's build a PC inside a ram's skull.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
And then used to come ramming around.
Oh, look at my computer going at ramming speed.
Oh, do you feel horny, baby? Mate, that would be like.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool design.
I feel like sending that to Razor or someone. Like, make this.
Do it yourself. Razor will fucking steal your idea.
Then I'll patent it and then I'll give it to Razor. And then I'll make diamonds.
Yes. Yes.
Money's a weird concept, isn't it?
Yeah. It's an ugly concept. I hate money.
Corrupt.
I really hate money. I hate it because it's so beneficial. It's so needed.
It's one of those things, like, money shouldn't be used on everyday items.
like food and drink and shit like that, we should be able to have like a limit, so to speak, on how much we could go to a shop and we can grab for ourselves for, let's say, a day, a week, a month, a year, or however long you want to span it out for. But then we should have money for things luxurious, like, let's say, cars. We don't technically need a car in our life.
No.
But if we want one, we should have to pay for them.
Yes.
Because of what they are for us. Like.
So yeah, commodity options.
Yeah.
Are something that will be affordable within our range, and something that we need for our main survival, food and drink, sanitary products that's readily available for free. I agree. It's healthy to think with the trade system. If you incorporate within your society to take the good habit of growing a product and trade, either because you just want to trade or for your surplus of product, employ that as currency.
Yeah.
And use it general trade of goods, whilst money for general commodities, luxurious commodities, would be used for that. Therefore, a service for a service, a product for a product.
Yeah, it's like accommodation. We shouldn't have to pay per se for a room. We should all be entitled to a room.
Yes, everybody
safe
should.
Space of some sort. It doesn't have to be a massive room. Literally just enough room for a toilet, a bed, and an appliance.
A comfortable place to be in. Something decent to be in.
It could be a little shack or something, and that's something we should get for free. And then if we want to upgrade to a fucking 5-bedroom house or something, then we should have to pay for that.
Yeah.
But instead, we're here paying stupid money for stupid places.
Yeah. I mean, one of the stupidest things, one of the stupidest fees is student fees. That's ludicrous. I was lucky enough to have my degree not only free, but I've been given money for attending. Whilst here, they do give you money, but hey, there is this fucking price tag on education.
That's what puts so many people off as well.
£9,000 is the cost of one course for 1 year. £9,000 on my internet broadband will take me a long way.
Yeah.
I mean, I can self-tuition myself very comfortably if I know that I have, say, if the government gives me £9,000 and he only tells me this is just going for internet, and it will deduct itself monthly, I'll make sure that whatever information I can take it, I'll probably do that tenfold.
Yeah. I mean, it's the thing, they're oh yeah, we need more people to go into further education. It's yeah, it's okay, everyone will go to a college till they're 18, obviously, because it's free. But then, you're oh yeah, you should go to uni to continue this. It's I'm not going to pay £9,000 a year to go to 1 or 2 lectures a week for 1 or 2 hours when the rest is self-study anyway. It's what is the point? If they lower the price of it, loads more people would go.
Yeah, certainly.
I can understand, obviously you need to pay for everything that's going on there.
Education is becoming a privilege.
Yes.
And that we can't do. I mean, everybody wants knowledge. I mean, I think even the laziest of bastards wants to learn a little something what to do.
Yeah.
He would learn how to be even lazier. But anyway, and some of those lazy people have become CEOs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah. See,
But
so
like, we're also living in that age now where like they want to say that, but then you realise quite a few people who are well off now
Mhm.
dropped out of their
Yeah.
degrees or whatever they were doing,
Mhm.
and they were just like, yeah, I'm just going to do my own thing because it's a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with the internet the way it is nowadays, whatever you're thinking of, there's going to be a website for it.
There is, yeah. There probably is. One thing I always wondered. In the past, it feels that nowadays, prodigal people are very hard to come by.
Mm.
So in the past, it's feel like people like Mozart, Beethoven, historical wars like Julius Caesar's, Cleopatra. These big characters are hardly felt. It feels like there's hardly any nowadays.
Mm.
Everyone is a fucking bastard, and either wants. I know everybody wants to fight with each other because somebody else has something that they want, or they want to kill these people because they're labeled so, or whatsoever. That's not heroic. It doesn't feel contribute. I mean, there are some people that have big names out there and they're doing right to this world.
Mm.
But it also feels that the prodigies that were in our past, say like 3 decades ago,
Mm.
have their big businesses. And with their big businesses, they're so big, they're like behemoths. And with their weight, any other new prodigy is swallowed underneath its weight.
Mm-hmm.
So, the blooming of a proper nice mind that knows to love and care himself and to keep himself alive, doesn't feel that it has space to bloom until this big bubble, weighty bubble above him bursts.
Mm.
And then it expands. So this slowly, it's like the world. Imagine the world was like a clump of bubbles,
Mm-hmm.
and every bubble is a business. Take Disney for example. It's swallowing bubbles all the time.
Yeah.
And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you see this clump of bubbles, the bigger the bubble, the less there are around it,
Mm-hmm.
because the space is so limited. And it will continue to do so until it's time to burst.
Mm.
It will burst eventually.
Maybe not in our lifetimes,
Maybe not in our lifetimes, and
but it is going to burst.
it is going to burst. And it could burst. It could be. It could stay alive right till our end.
Mm.
Like, if we keep this, let's say Disney grows so big, it even somehow buys the Vatican.
Honestly, the way it's going, it wouldn't surprise me.
And it becomes something that is beyond Disney. So it's so the Bible is rewritten, and
Mickey Mouse is Jesus.
and Alice in Wonderland is well, the Fourth Testament now.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd like to live in that world. That would be a pretty interesting world.
Where Disney films are regarded as religions.
Yeah, I'd be down. It's weird. It's weird how little things can become so big in such a short space of time.
Yeah, I think this is all in our heads.
Mm.
This is all in our heads. Like, I always like about from a few months ago. I've enjoyed changing the word. I enjoy, instead of using the word humans, or people, I like to describe as universes. If I tell you to imagine a universe, you would do so with your own rules or your own perspective, but you'll do it.
Yeah.
And again, if you consider that all possibilities can happen, why not take that as a happening? Like, you just created a universe in your head, and now it exists. In relative terms, it's in your head, and you have a conscience to how it's made. You've employed your neurons and memories and sights and made a construct. Nobody knows how it actually is, but you can't help but feel that you are the one to have the clearest picture and sense of it. You can feel your senses tingling towards just a thought.
It's like when everyone's like, oh, they're away in their own little bubble. It's like,
yeah.
we're all in our own little bubble no matter what we do. Even if we're, like, right now, we're in our own little bubbles.
Yeah, certainly, yeah.
But I could literally look out there and just start thinking, I'll be in another little bubble.
Yeah.
We've all got multiple bubbles.
We do.
It's like, yeah, I'm going to start thinking about this because this is the way I'd rather have it. Or I'm thinking of some weird invention. But, I don't know. The human mind is it's an interesting place to be sometimes.
Yeah. Or the pigeon's mind, like, is in its own little bubble, picking up from whatever is finding on the ground.
What do you think goes through a pigeon's head?
Food. Oh, hi, Martha.
Martha's just gonna feel like,
oh, sorry, I thought you were a pigeon.
It's the one thing that kind of intrigues me. It's like, we have our own thoughts, and we can roughly tell what each other's thinking in their own way. Like,
yeah.
we've all got our own individual thoughts, obviously, but we've all got the same kind of thoughts at the same time. Obviously, like, we need our instincts, let's say. But what goes through an animal's mind? Certain things, like, that pigeon's down there, it's mind no business. If you walk up to it, it's going to be shit scared.
Yeah, it's going to fly away.
It's like, what is going through its brain at that moment?
Oh, right now, the pigeon is relaxed. But if we talk in general, like explain the lifetime of a pigeon, it will obviously interpret its world in a way that is akin to understand it too. Like because the physiology, because how a pigeon is made is physiology.
Two pigeons go at it.
What?
That's how a pigeon is made. Two pigeons go at it.
Yeah, they go at it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Because of what they're made of. They have the senses tuned in the way that the body of the shape is made, and thus their own existence as a pigeon is their way of interpretation of the world, like we do. But we do it in such a scale, we are exploitative now. The pigeon is not exploitative. He's not going to just go to the ground and say, oh, I hate ants, and start pecking all the ants.
Maybe that's what that one's doing, though. This is the thing.
Yeah.
We could be saying it might not be
like
that, but it could actually be doing that.
That pigeon is Charles Manson.
It's when there's no others around it.
Yes, and if he sees another pigeon, god damn, I'm going to see a bloodbath.
But, like, exactly that. We're saying that it could not be this, and this, but we don't actually know that.
Yeah, I mean, our way to understand it at the moment is just observing it. We don't have the brain of the pigeon in our brain. So imagine if we still have our brains and just cram inside a pigeon's brain, we might see things
a lot differently.
A lot differently, because we all see it in a pigeon way.
Maybe they should start researching into that.
Or just adding random brains into the human ones.
Yeah. Obviously, we're going to laugh at this idea, but like,
Yeah.
there's animal natures which I'd love to understand more
Right.
of.
Right.
Like, let's say the pigeon again. Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to just know what is just going through its mind. Like, when it's flying,
Yeah.
what does it think of? Like, there's, what's that? Ducks, pigeons, something over there.
Yeah.
Like, one's going that way, they're all going that way. What do they think when they fly past each other?
Hi, Martha.
Fucking Martha, how'd you get in the air? It's like,
Yeah.
like we could look in that tree. There's probably like 6 different
Yeah.
birds in there.
Yeah,
and they're all just living by each other. They could all hate each other, and we don't know this. Like,
There's this comic.
bird song, and they're all shouting at
Yeah.
each other, "Fuck you, fuck you."
Yeah,
It's like, oh,
yeah.
such lovely.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like we wake up and like, oh, the birds are singing. They're
Yeah.
not. They're fucking swearing at each other.
Yeah.
They're having a massive hissy fit.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just can't understand it because it's just. It's like they probably can't understand.
Well,
us.
there's this scene on Rick and Morty in an alternate universe where Morty asks Rick to build this helmet to understand animals,
Okay.
and he starts walking around down the street with this helmet, and he sees a cute dog, and he's like, "Oh, the cute dog!" What it was saying, and he says something really horrible, like, "Oh, I fucking kill my owner!" Like, I really hate it. He passed by some birds. I want to kill myself. Then he passed some squirrels, and he gets focused on the conversation because it's fast talking, and it's very complex, and it's like real life complex.
Whoa.
Like it's gonna shift the title, the political titles of the world,
Fuck.
and like. It's of that gravity, and
So it's not just saying I want to bury my nuts in you, Martha.
no. It's more than that. It's human changing,
Fuck.
and they notice Morty. He's observing them, and they immediately catch on that he's observing them in a way that he's understanding them, and immediately. They start this protocol to hunt him down, and immediately to start another protocol to eradicate humanity now.
Fuck. That's the weird thing. If all the animals join together, we are fucked.
Yeah. I mean, I did. Oh, this reminds me. I did read this article like a few. It's on Facebook. But how the way that this title was, there's this massive colony of penguins have unfortunately perished, and how it was written, it made me understand that they perished because there was this cliff face that just fell on the whole colony. And I'm reading and I'm picturing this. Oh my god! Penguin bits everywhere. The blood. Oh, all of the babies are gone. No, this is horrible. And then I saw this, the same article again, but written differently. And it's apparently what it is. This whole chunk of ice is coming off the continent and it's tipping. And unfortunately, it's killing the penguins.
Fuck.
And they say by 2100, the population of penguins will go down by 19%.
Fuck, that's what, 81 years?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah. We're killing penguins. No. Poor penguin.
Pingu, no!
No.
Oh, that was just like the end of an action movie. Just like,
Pingu song. Man, let's make it an anime.
Mate, could you imagine one day if like the animators of Pingu just got like really meta and they just put Pingu continuously new and his mum's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's like Pokemon where they come to reality. Why are we constantly saying our names over and over? We can't speak normally.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Pingu can only say no.
It's like broken.
Is there Hordle?
I've never watched Game of Thrones, but I know exactly who you're on about. So
Yeah,
it's
well,
all good. We're
Yeah.
lucky.
Okay, Hordle. You know that Hordle just only says Hordle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But everyone else talks normally.
It's wicked. Where did languages come from?
I might have an answer for that. I've discovered that answer. Well, there's a Pink Floyd song in Division Bell. I think the name of the song is called "How to Speak," and there's an actual recording of Stephen Hawking in the song.
Okay.
Actually, Stephen Hawking with his computer voice talking as part of the song. And he says that it comes from our imagination that we learn to talk.
Okay.
Stephen Hawking believed that our speech came from imagination.
I mean, the thing is, like, the world at one point was just one big continent, wasn't it? Like Pangaea or whatever they called it.
Yeah.
But then, when it's all broken up, and now we're speaking English, the French are speaking French, Spanish speaking Spanish, but at one point we would have all spoken the exact same language.
If
at that time, like, there was obviously some communication back then. But as we've all drifted apart, we've somehow
changed.
We've adopted our own languages. Like,
yeah. I mean, in the last 100 years, what was it 100 years ago? 1920.
Fuck.
Right. 100 years ago was 1920. And the English were in the most powerful position of conquering whichever place they can come across. And the first thing they do is change the language. And that was 100 years ago. Only 100 years ago. And you're right. Things through as the continents drifted and as colonies expanded into their own locations, meanings and interpretations, sounds, and communication in general has changed to have a common understanding to the community within the land they live in.
I mean, like, accents intrigue me the most because, like, we're speaking English, but we've got different accents because of where we're from and all that.
Yeah.
But, like, going back to it again, we were all one at one point.
Yeah.
And then we've got every country speaks a bit of English, basically.
Yeah.
It's a worldwide knowledgeable language.
It's the second largest language.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But, like, the different accents, even in Britain alone, the different accents there are, and it's like, how?
Yeah, I mean, I've read some statistic, like, when you travel, every 15 miles, there's a change in accent in Britain.
I can believe that.
Yeah. It's like, it's recognised that happens.
Which is weird, and we've all just come to accept it.
Yeah.
But, like, how? How does it go from this to a Brummie to Scottish?
Yeah.
And then if we're going to leave the UK, to Australian?
Yeah, Australia, yeah. Or even countries that have adopted Malta. Malta has adopted English and it has its own dialect. I mean, dialects have been grown to be accepted as long as the message goes across of what is being communicated is clear and understandable, is we kind of like accepted dialects because it's not a detriment to communication. If anything, it's that little kink in the armor that makes it yours. Is that little? It gives it a bit extra personality. And we grew to leave that be.
The world would be a very weirdly interesting place if we all sounded the exact same.
Oh, it would be monotone.
I don't know, I'd like to hear that in a weird way.
But it would be like hearing static.
Yeah, but like, what would be the norm?
I mean, the norm,
Can you think of a normal accent?
the most normal accent, it will need to boil down even to a biological level. Or even like everybody's vocal cords are the same. And we don't have anything external that can damage our cords. Or if there's any, it should be universal. So, it's like you would hear different, a whole colony of people. Let's say let's our room full of men or women. I'm just giving I'm not even going to the detail of, because that's, if you join those two, then you get the most monotone tone you will hear. It's like you hear 100 people can talk with their voice, but they all sound the same. So it all feels like one person is talking.
I think it's more like I'd love to know what that voice would just sound like. Like, obviously, like, there's going to be one for male, one for female. But it's more the fact that, what voice would it be?
I don't want to hear it. Because
I want to hear it, but at the same time, it bloody scares me.
yeah, plus you got extremes, like, well, you got Pavarotti, you've got good singers, you got, and then you got Trump.
And then it's just Trump at the bottom of the pile.
And then you got Trump. I mean, I don't want to have his voice. I really don't.
Yeah, it's like, it could be someone on the street's voice. We could all be talking like crackheads.
Yeah.
We could all be talking like French.
Yeah.
I don't know which I'd prefer to be.
Talking like rednecks.
Yeah, exactly. So like, how would it choose that one voice?
It's gonna be a whole mix of a lot. South Park takes a crack at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's about in South Park they start to have these temporal portals opening up, and these people start to come in, and they are people that have the physiology. They're bald.
All right.
There's no way to define them as male or female, so they don't have any distinguishable features.
Okay.
They all sound the same, and the language is a mix of a lot of other languages all together amalgamated. And it's a language which, in a way, the South Park people would understand them, because it's a mesh of everything. It's a mesh of everything, so they somewhat understand them. And they are, the only thing that made them different, I think, is their clothing, which is still a bit like greyish, off color. And the news reporters would describe them. They're speaking a mix of English and antique Hispanic with a hint of Mandarin, and all tied together with an Australian accent. But they're trying to speak Vietnamese.
I mean, that would be. I don't know. It's kind of intriguing me now. Like, I would love to hear what it would be, but also see what they would look like.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, in my head, the best answer for that is to take default. Because if you collect everything together, you will create a default character, a default example. So for me, that voice can be simultaneously heard or not, because it would have all of the pitches. I don't know if it's like television static or just cricket silence. It would be weird. It would be the loudest and the quietest thing you've ever heard.
Yeah.
If we all collect that's possible. That is the summation of all sounds ever, everywhere, all into one. That's the result.
It's a freaky concept.
Your ears will bleed and heal at the same time. Like it will be. Oh, but it's all good.
I'm still here.
Yeah. And you see your weight value of blood on your sides.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. There was a concept I used to tinker with. What if we could have the power to kill someone by producing a certain sound? So say I study your life, starting from when your parents shagged, and I'm there, like in the room, studying. This is the life of this person, and you plan your life. You study every single move, and you plan and design this sound so that at some point in his life, in a certain time frame, if he needs to be eliminated, I'll say something like dead. You're dead. So something as incredible as that, it goes to something so niche that it's the probability of actually killing you is realistically 1 over infinity.
I mean, in a way, we kind of can do that with like brainwashing.
We can. Well, you can kill a man's spirit, and that could equally kill him.
Very true.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like,
I'm more like projecting it in a comical way, where you just literally die.
it's like walk into the shops.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, cause of reason, cause of death.
Cause of death, Pingu. Fuck.
What if the Grim Reaper comes next to you and you suddenly goes, no, it's not a skull, it's a Pingu too. You're dead.
The thing is, it could be to some people.
It could be.
Because we have this image of death as a skeleton in a robe with a scythe.
Yeah.
It could technically still be that, but it could have the face of whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Yeah. I mean, it's the
Like, death is supposed to be something we're scared of.
Yeah.
So some people might have a spider face, and some people might have a Thomas the Tank Engine face. Other people might just have the face of responsibility.
You know, in the Bible, it never really mentions how an angel is shaped.
True.
And there are speculations, like artistic interpretations of how an archangel is. And I've seen these images from whatever data they collected or imagination interpretation, and one of the seraph is actually a big complex mass of gyroscopic rings going into through each other, and it's as brilliant as the sun. That's a seraph. Another one is one big eye with 6 wings covering over.
Okay.
I mean, there are two very peculiar demons actually mentioned in the Book of Revelations. One of them very popular in my country story, and they say the story of a seven-headed dragon, and on its back it has the Whore of Babylon, and on their heads, shared amongst them, there were 10 horns. 10 horns represented how many times the whore has frequented each kingdom. There were seven kingdoms. They had 10 horns in between them, and they are there to go and assault the Virgin Mary during her birth.
Okay.
Because that is the moment when she's most vulnerable. And it goes on by saying that the dragon approaches the Virgin Mary and knocks off one of her, I don't know the word for in English, I'll say it in Maltese, I don't know if you can translate it, it's called diadema, which is like, she has a crown of stars, each star is called a diadema, and he knocks out one of the stars and it infuriates God, and he sends down all the heavens, and last but not least he sends down death, and the God fury is so huge he's willing to crush everything, including death himself, once he's done. And then there rises another creature from the sea with 3 heads of a leopard, the body of a bear. It's this big yellow and blue body. It's rising up to wreak havoc. And behind him, not too far, is Beelzebub, Satan himself. The way that he's imaged in popular culture with the goat head and the body of simultaneously a woman and a man. And God, if those demons were done in such vivid descriptions, and to be told that Beelzebub once was the most beautiful angel compared to God, in the whole heavens, I mean, to be cast away to become such a demonizing image, who's to say that angels are not the same, are not done in the same freakish manner that they are?
I mean, I think it's kind of open to interpretation how you want it. Like, obviously, the main way they're depicted in modern life is just a human with wings and a halo.
Yeah, that's the general depiction.
But that's general. It could be, again, it could be like like we said with death. It could be a specific thing. Like an angel for you could be a loved one, or just a random thing that you've grown attached to, that you're safe around and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, it could be like a bar of chocolate for all I know.
It could just
If you're safe, if you're happy when you're eating a bar of chocolate, that could be it. Or it could just be a daffodil. It could literally be anything you want it to be.
It brings us back to how dimensions work with right or wrong. I mean, we are actually invited through religion to interpret religion through things that are around us. Again, so why are we not allowed to judge?
It's a weird concept.
It's a weird concept. I think this podcast would be named The Judgement.
Yeah.
We made big circle here.
Massive circle.
Massive circle. Shall we call it for now?
Yeah.
Let's have a break.
Christ. My phone turns off.
Wow.
So if you made it this far, thanks for listening, guys. And yeah, so if you let me know in the comments by saying you like it or not, and like thumbs up on the videos, all that shit. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and hopefully maybe we can get another one going. So until then, peace out.